Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Shadavia and this is Oshi Budgets, where we talk about all things money, budgeting, and savings related. On my channel, you will see things like budget with me, share my real numbers, cash envelope stuffings, savings challenges, and I also give you guys debt updates on my own personal financial journey. So if that's content you're into, do me a favor and hit that subscribe button, but don't forget the notification bell so you don't miss the next time I post. By the title of today's video, you can see I am going to be doing my December budget with me for my paycheck number 2 while currently being on a low income budget. So go ahead and stay tuned because I'm going to be showing you guys my real numbers, and let's go ahead and get straight into the budget with me. Now, if you're new to my channel, I do have a separate account that I put my mortgage, insurance, and phone into, and I do that simply because it's out of sight, out of mind, and I know those things are already going to be taken care of. So I put these into a separate account, and before I even get my paycheck, it's already dispersed out. So for this paycheck, I'm putting aside $452 for that. And that is actually $3 less than it should be. But since my last paycheck, or the first paycheck for December, was actually my free check, I left some additional funds in that account, so I just didn't adjust this here. So $452 from this check is going towards those 3 bills, and then once that is actually taken care of, my actual paycheck that deposits into my checking account is $1,017.69. that is left for me to budget until my buffer, my bills, and then any cash envelopes and savings and debt that I have. So I like to put money aside for my buffer, and that's just money that's left in my account for any type of unexpected expenses or bills that come out that make sure that I don't overdraft on my account. So I like to keep money in there just in case. So on this paycheck, I'm actually going to round this $17.69 up and make it a solid $18. And right now, I think I have a little over 200. My goal is to get that buffer up to anywhere from 300 to 500. But once I get closer to that 300 mark, I'll decide like if I actually need the 500 aside from my separate emergency fund. So $18 is going into that buffer. So then that takes us down to $1017.69 minus the $18. Okay, so now we have $999.69. And again, now we're going to break this into our actual bills that I have this paycheck. So every 2 weeks, since I am paid bi-weekly, I do pay my car note. So half of my car note is $249. And then I have a few subscriptions that I pay for. So I have my SmugMug subscription, which is $13.86. Then I have another subscription of Adobe for $10.81. And then I have my gym membership, which is also $10.83. And you guys see here in my budget, even though this is just $10, yes, I could have probably not even accounted for it and just let it come out of my buffer. But I like to budget everything. I don't care if it's a 99-cent Apple subscription or whatever the case may be, $4.99. I budget every single thing because I like to see I like to see where my funds are being allocated to, and I don't like those unexpected expenses. So if I can avoid them, I 100 or 1000% like to avoid them. But some cases I just forget, like those annual fees or those quarterly fees. Like those are some of the things that I forget. And I did it not last paycheck, but the paycheck before last, which kind of started reminding me that I need to put money aside for a cash buffer. So if you don't have a cash buffer or an amount that is left in your account for those unexpected bills. Make sure you're allocating for that in your budget so that you're not having to use credit card or overdrafting on your account. Now, the next bill that I have for this paycheck is my lights, you guys. And let me tell y'all a quick story about my lights. So I normally budget before I ever get my light bill, just because I'm usually like ahead of everything. But since I used that last paycheck as a free check, I didn't put anything aside for my lights. And this is going to be the first part of the month that I'm putting aside for lights. Now, lights I usually split in half because, again, it is one of my higher expenses. So I like to go ahead and cut it in half and take, 50% out on one check and then 50% on a second check, and then add those together and pay that bill off. But nevertheless, so I got the light bill in the mail yesterday, you guys. And I opened it up and I'm like, oh, this is great, because now I can see how much it's actually going to be and I know exactly how much to budget. You guys, when I opened the bill, it said like immediate termination, and it said that it was past due. And I was like, what? Like, this can't be real. Like, I was so nervous, you guys, and I'm just like still in shock. I'm like, what happened? So I started checking my bank accounts. I'm like looking at my budget. I'm like, I know I paid this bill. So I'm not sure what happened, but again, that notice is saying past due and immediate termination. And I know the first thing that I'm gonna do this morning is actually call them as soon as they open at 8 a.m. because I do not play those type of games at all. I do not like being past due on anything. Like, that's just not my jam. And so when I check my statement, I paid the bill on November the 19th, and it actually cleared like on my account November the 22nd. So I think I probably got paid like on a Friday, and then it came out like on a Monday or something like that. But I checked the online portal. I also checked my own personal bank account, and it showed that it was paid. So November paid for December, and now today I'm budgeting for January's payment. So I'm not sure what's going on with their system. And my husband's like, don't worry about it, it's mail. But I'm like, no, between today, which was today's December the 13th, I think, no, it's 15th. I don't know, you guys, I'm losing track of the days. But either way it goes, from the time that I made the payment to the time that they invoiced it and we received it in the mail, it should have cleared out by now, and there's no reason why it should stay past due. But I'll keep you guys updated on that. Like I said, that kind of scared me a bit, but I know it's not correct, so I'm still gonna call just to clear everything up for my own sanity. But my light bill, since I am enrolled in budget billing, it's a set amount. It should be a set amount each each invoice, but it does fluctuate a little bit here and there. So for this paycheck, it's actually going to be around $241. So what I'm doing is I'm going to split that in half, because this is going to be the first half that I'm actually going to put funds aside for. So I'm going to put $120, and then I'll take the second half out of my last paycheck for the month. And so let's go back to $999.69 minus the $249 for the car note, $1386 for the subscription, $1081, $120, and $1083. Alrighty, so now in our budget we have $595.19, and this is where we're going to break it down into our cash envelope, savings, and any debt. Now, I usually try to do 50-50, but this paycheck, I tried to do it a little differently. I try to do the 50-30-20 method, and let me tell you guys just the reality of it. I couldn't do it. So 50-30-20, if you're not familiar with it, 50% goes towards your needs, 30% goes towards your wants, and then 20% is supposed to go towards saving. So after running my numbers for my essentials, so my bills, and even including my groceries, my budget was actually 65% of my income. So 65% of my income actually was going towards my needs versus what the 50-30-20 is, which says 50%. It didn't work with my budget. So let me know in the comments if you do a 50-30-20, if that works for you, or how much does your needs actually take out of your budget. So is it 50%? Is it 75%? 80%? Let me know in the comments. And your needs would be things like your mortgage, insurance, phone bills, car notes, groceries are even a need. And I didn't calculate gas because I could, fluctuate gas here and there. But I mean, you need to eat. You can just not drive, or you can use city transportation. You can include that in your needs. Again, I didn't. So without including my gas, I was still at 65%. So I just knew I couldn't do the 50, 30, 20. But let's go ahead and get straight into these numbers. So I always like to put monies. I always start with the things that I know is not really changing. So my groceries, actually, I'm gonna come back to groceries. So $60 is going towards my gas, and I drive an SUV, but I also work from home. And let me tell y'all, this last paycheck, I thought I was gonna be good. Well, I was good with the $60. It only took me $50 to fill up, but then I had $10. I kind of ran low on gas, so I put the last $10 in there. So I didn't get to roll anything over, but good. I didn't have to use my credit card or anything like that. So it's still holding on until the next payday, because I knew when I put that $10 in there, I knew I just could not be driving all around. So I just haven't gone anywhere. And then if I do go somewhere, then I just ride with my husband so he can drive. So $60 towards my gas. And then my emergency fund, I'm still figuring out. So $50 towards my emergency fund, because I've already passed that $1,000 mark. And so now I'm just been taking $50 from each paycheck and just adding it to that. I'm still trying to decide on how I want to do my savings for 2023. I think in one of my next couple of videos, I'm going to be sharing some of my 2023 financial goals with you guys. Or would you guys prefer to hear all of my goals for 2023? So financial, personal, business related, etc. Let me know in the comments as well, like what you guys want to hear. But again, I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to do my savings, because I have some big savings goals for 2023. And being on a low income, you guys, sometimes I'm just like, okay, let me humble myself really quick and just realize that I have to work with what I have. But again, $50 towards emergency fund. So once we do the 60 from our gas and then the 50 from our emergency fund, then I'm left with $485. Now my credit card debt is actually gonna get zero. And that is because if you're new here, I am using my 100 envelope challenge to help me pay this off, hopefully by December 31st, so I don't roll into the new year with any kind of credit card debt. But I also did, on that last check, I took over $300 out, because I realized that the half that I put away from mortgage was not needed, because I get paid 3 times this month. So I just took whatever that portion of my last paycheck that I put into this account here, and I made a debt payment here. So over $300 that I put towards debt just a few days ago. And I think, again, I am still going to be paying towards debt, but if I could save it and then just make that one final lump sum payment by December 31st, then that's good. I mean, it really doesn't make a difference. It could, because then the balance could be less and I could pay less interest. But I just decided for this paycheck that I'm not putting anything towards that. And that's just my personal preference. Again, you guys, when you're doing your budget, I mean, you have to do what works for you and what feels right to you. And that just felt right to me. So I'm not putting anything towards that. Now, going back up to groceries, I'm going to go ahead and budget out my normal $100 for my family of 5. And so I did a few days ago, you guys, and let me tell you, blessings on blessings, because I received a letter in the mail. And if you're not familiar with the food stamps or government assistance, so I don't receive those. I don't qualify for those. But they had a pandemic version for the people that have school-age children, and they didn't qualify. So you still got to get some, what they call stamps, food stamps. So per child, it's $391, like for school age. So for myself, I just got it for my oldest daughter, because she's school age, and they gave it for the summer, so it's $391. that they give you, and it took 2 days to process. So I had to claim the code to be able to receive those funds. I'm still waiting on those, but 2 days should be today. So I need to call to verify. So before I do my paycheck cash stuffing, if I actually receive those $391 instead of using my $100, I'm gonna roll this $100 into a debt payment. But for right now, I'm gonna go ahead and keep it here in groceries and keep it as is, and then maybe by the next check, I don't have to budget out that $100. Now, we have $385 that is going to be left. So for household, I like to put at least $20 aside for that, and I still have some funds left over. Family fun is actually going to get $100 this paycheck, and that is because, you guys, my youngest birthday is actually on Sunday, and so she's going to be turning 3, and we have some birthday plans for her. We're not doing a birthday party because it just costs too much, really, to be honest. So I didn't want to spend the funds to do a birthday party. We didn't plan a big trip. So I'm just gonna take her somewhere, and we're gonna do some cake and ice cream with some family and friends, and that's literally the extent of her birthday. But she's gonna be excited either way because the place we're going is very interactive, and she gets to try on, like, wear different coats, right? So she gets to be a doctor, a firefighter, a dentist. If you're familiar with it, it's called Kidzania. So that's where we're going to be taking her for her birthday. So I put $100 aside, and then we have about $50 left from last paycheck for that as well. So take that $100 away, and the $20. Oh no, I think I did that wrong. Okay, so let me get, okay, so $595 minus the 100 minus 60 minus 20 minus another $100. Okay, so $315 minus 50, so we have $265 that is left. So for my self-care, no, let's go 100 envelope. 100 envelope challenge is getting 225 of that, and that's gonna take care of about 4 more envelopes for me. So I think envelope 43 to 47. So we still got ways to go, but we're gonna get it done. We're gonna get it done either way it goes. So next we have $40 left. So let's go ahead and just split. Let's go ahead and just, no, I wanna do this. Okay, so $22 to my self-care, and then I'm gonna put $18 away from sinking fund. That looks very random, but when I did my budget, again, I wasn't able to do the 50 30 20, so it ended up being like 65 20 15. So I tried to put 20% away for savings, 15 for like my cash envelopes, and then the 65% for my essentials. And so I do budget down to a zero-based budget. So that is my budget for the next 2 weeks, you guys. Again, even on a low income, I'm still able to save some money and then incorporate some family fun and money aside for myself as well. If you made it all the way to the end of today's video, thank you guys so much for watching. Go ahead and give this video a thumbs up. Make sure you leave a comment, add a gift emoji for my baby girl's birthday, and I know you made it all the way through. If you haven't subscribed, please consider subscribing. Don't forget the notification bell, and I'll see you guys in my next upload. Bye.